What's up, Reject Nation? We're gonna do a reaction today to Hizzy's comedy recap dubs of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
My parents caught me yesterday.
Caught you doing what?
I was under the covers with a flashlight looking at a couple of magazines.
Yeah, can we talk about this later?
No. I have to tell the Reject Nation about these magazines, and so do you.
Why?
Because today's video is sponsored by Giant Panda King. Late last year, we started getting to know the people behind Giant Panda King.
I don't think they'll appreciate your story about masturbation.
Oh, they will, because they're amazing people who are taking creativity and fandom to a whole other level with all their layers of Star Wars sexiness.
Yeah, I touch myself too.
Internationally, GPK is best known for The Empire Strips Back, their touring burlesque cabaret set in the Star Wars universe.
Should we show them our magazines that are now super sticky?
We should get more copies because that is super gross.
Wookiee Erotica! We actually read both of these magazines cover to cover. Best way to describe them is think of them like a old 70s Playboy mag set in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, the detail in them is nuts!
Oh, I busted a nut.
Wait, Greg, YouTube censorship.
It doesn't matter anymore after we show them what's in this magazine. They've got pinups, centerfolds, erotic comics, jokes, party tips, and a whole lot of galactic babes.
Were you touching yourself to those magazines?
No, baby, they're John's.
I'm leaving you.
Yeah, Zack Snyder.
What?
I want to tell them about this Gotham book.
You have terrible segues, dude. If you go to Giant Panda King's website, you'll see this is just the tip of the GPK iceberg. For example, something completely different than their Wookiee Erotica mags is this Gotham 1919 to 1939 book.
Ooh, that's a good segue.
See? I read this book in the matter of 2 days. It takes the characters and mythology of Batman and reimagines them as part of Depression-era American history. So head on over to their website today, and thank you once again, Giant Panda King, for partnering up with us and sponsoring this video.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to those free tickets to their burlesque show.
They didn't agree to that.
Oh, they will. They will.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by NordVPN. Right now, get 70% off NordVPN, only $3.49 a month. Plus, you get an additional month free. Check out the link in the description for more details. Now, on to the dubs.
These are so funny.
Joke slide. Slide to the right. Man, I'm so evil. No chance I'm ever gonna turn good.
Hey, you, sir.
Who are you?
I am the most powerful bad guy in all the land. Look at my fingers. These are like the most evil fingers you've ever seen.
That's it. Any last words?
Yes, you are so much more attractive in person.
What?
Kill the girl, and I will give you all of these amazing spaceships.
I'm a cold spaceship. On the ice for how long? No thanks.
Come on, pretty please.
Okay, gosh.
Hey, Ray. You communing with the Force?
dynamite.
No. It's too hard. I'm sure when it's important later, you'll be able to do it. Shut up! I gotta get my cardio in!
Hey,
No, I gotta get my
I
cardio.
can't do this anymore. Here you go.
Hey, Ray. Wanna help us go kill the Emperor?
Give it back. The Emperor's returned?
Yeah! I want to continue.
No, you stay here. Do you guys like my helmet? Be honest. I can take the criticism. It's wonderful.
Yes, I love the detail.
It really cracks me up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. It's time to find Ray.
I found Ray.
That's great.
I'm a nostalgic cameo.
Here to boost your box office numbers.
Do you know how we can defeat the Emperor?
You gotta find one of these things. It's called a wayfinder. It's like a map. Uh-oh, the bad guys are coming.
It's like a
You guys
Pokemon
gotta
Go.
But they'll see us if we leave now. Let's just stay here where it's safe.
Get out of my rod!
There they are. Get them.
I knew it!
Ray, where's the Peter magazine?
Now we're in a Sarlacc pit scene. I mean, quicksand scene.
We're all gonna die!
Just kidding. We're still alive.
Well, since we're down here, maybe we should just look for the wayfinder.
Holy crap, what's that?
No, it's not the Wayfinder. It's just a dagger that conveniently reveals the location of the Wayfinder, but only if you can read the secret language on it. Which I can, but I won't.
Map to a map? This is starting to get really convoluted.
You guys are not welcome here. I'm just gonna wait a second and let you prove to me why I shouldn't bite one of you right now.
This.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Here, I'll just show you the way out. It's 2 feet this way.
Force heal now. She can force heal now.
Alright, Knights of Ren. I want you to stand all foreboding on top of that rock. More! More! Okay, good.
Hurry, everyone, we got to go.
Hey, baby.
On second thought.
Oh crap, she's force timing with her boyfriend again.
Force timing.
Hurry up. Yeah! And try not to get captured. We captured the Wookiee. Dang it.
Very hot stuff.
New TIE Fighter.
Who dis?
You know who I is. Remember me now?
Just kidding, I'm still alive.
Give us back our Wookiee.
Giant bell.
No!
Yes.
No!
Fine.
What? You just killed Chewie! What a tragic lesson about your force abilities that will forever change the course of our timeline! Oh, what a bold move that is!
Oh, stay in your seats. This movie's not going to kill Chewie, you dingus.
Yeah!
Hello, I'm Babu Frank. I'll be your adorable hacker this evening. Tonight we're gonna have a little bit of Sith translation, watered down with the location of the Wayfinder.
What?
I did it.
Now tell us where the Wayfinder is.
It's in a wrecked old Death Star.
Which one?
The Ewok one.
Well, that really narrows it down then.
Just crash the Falcon. It will conveniently be the exact spot you need to see its secret location.
We're never going to find it then. The dagger is gone.
Just kidding, I got the dagger.
What?
And I got Chewie too.
I knew he wasn't dead.
And you're never gonna get them back.
Got them both.
No!
And thanks for getting our ship, too.
Dang it!
And I'm a spy! Alright, but I got interesting.
Great job.
And there's the Death Star.
That's
And
true.
here's the dagger.
Wait, you're trying to align the dagger with debris? No way that's gonna work that easy. Think of all the things that have to take place for that dagger to line up exactly at the right...
It worked.
I give up.
What up?
Whoa, we thought you were stormtroopers!
I used to be a stormtrooper.
No way, I used to be a stormtrooper.
Do you think there are others like us? Like millions we could maybe save from the Empire? I mean the First Order? I mean the Final Order?
Now let's kill them all.
Whoa, we almost gave your character an arc there.
I know, right? Where's Ray?
Smith talked about that.
Ray,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find the Wayfinder. Gonna go save the Dayfinder. No matter what else I find. Hello. Ah, quit baiting Ray.
See something you like?
Hey, that's mine.
Wrong. Squish.
Die.
You'll have to resist my foxy water fighting first.
Be gone, Temptress.
Hey,
Temptress.
girl.
Even though you've been nothing but awful to me, I'm still very attracted to you.
You can't change me.
Benjamin Chewbacca Solo.
Mommy, what are you doing in my thoughts?
I'm distracting you, you turd blossom.
What? Ow! Mom stabbed me in the back. You stabbed me in the front. It's like a betrayal sandwich.
Don't worry, I can fix it.
Hey, why did you stab me if you were just gonna reverse it?
Because you're good now.
I am?
Yep, gotta go. See you.
Cardio.
How am I supposed to get out of here now?
Okay, I'm out. Take it away, Han.
Hey, son.
Daddy! What are you doing here? I stabbed you.
Yeah, it turns out I still like getting paid. So, you think you're a good guy now?
How much you want to bet I can throw a lightsaber over the mountains?
But there are
Yeah! Did you see that? Did you see it, Dad? Aren't you impressed? Dad?
Uncle
What the heck are you
Renko.
exiling yourself for?
I learned it by watching you.
That's dumb, you're dumb. Here, take Leia's saber.
She was a Jedi?
Yeah, and take the other Wayfinder.
It hasn't burned up yet.
And take my X-Wing.
Wow. Can I take you as well?
Nope, I'm just another nostalgic cameo.
Alright, everyone, we're gonna follow Ray to the bad guys, and we're gonna blow them all up, just like every single time before. But we don't have enough people. Shouldn't we wait till Lando gets back with everyone and attack all at once? No, let's go now! Everyone for themselves!
Hello? Hello? I'm looking for an Emperor. Do you know where I could find it? Oh, there you are.
Do you know who I am?
The enemy?
I am your grandpapa.
This isn't the family reunion I wanted.
I need you to kill me so that I can live inside you and be a girl. This whole thing. I know it sounds weird, but I just need you to do it.
I didn't even think about that angle.
Oh,
I did not even.
next when
Vagina.
Are you saying that because you're known for saying things weird, or just blow stuff up, kid? Okay! I want in on this action. Nobody asked how my old school non-lightspeed TIE fighter made it out this far. Don't worry, Ray. I'll save you. Oh, why did I throw a lightsaber in the ocean?
Here you go. Force teleport.
You can do that now?
She can do that now. Hey, what's up?
Hey, you.
Well, now that you are both standing here, I'm suddenly realizing that you can both just make me young again.
Oh my gosh, do you even have a plan?
Give me your life force! No boyfriends allowed!
Owie.
Ray, make an X with your lightsabers.
What?
Use the force as hard as you can.
What? I'm communing with the Force?
X you will make.
I'm finally communing right when I needed it to.
Just make an X.
Yes, make an X. X-ray.
Okie dokie.
X-ray.
X-ray.
Hi!
Double lightsabers! The only Sith lightning weakness! Why can't I stop shocking myself?
Peace out, Bacta. Hooray! I did it! Oh no! I've lost the will to live.
Oh, no, you don't. Force heal.
You can do that?
What just happened?
I can do that.
Alright.
That was good.
Now we can get married and have lots of babies.
On second thought. Oh.
Don't worry, I'll just bring you back to life then.
Nope, too late. I'm gonna ghost you instead.
Oh,
Ah.
I guess not.
We won! Haha, the saga is officially over.
Oh, that's right.
Have a medal from 40 years ago. It will help remind you that your friends are all gone.
Oh.
Too soon?
Yeah! Well, I guess we don't need these anymore. I'll just bury them in sand. Everyone loves sand, especially this sand.
Who are you?
Hello, random woman. I'm Ray.
Ray who?
This is where you lived?
Yep.
Wow, I really lucked out.
Tatooine is the worst.
Oh, you guys, stop it.
Okay, this is really weird. Bye!
I'm Ray. Ray Sky... Oh, she left.
Nah.
I really lucked out. I love that.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. And thank you again
You're
to NordVPN.
welcome.
What just happened when we were doing this reaction reminded me of that bit when he was doing, I think it was the Infinity War reaction one, and his dog starts barking and someone's ringing the doorbell. Like,
What? What do you mean my whole family's dead?
stop! The one downside of doing the reactions is like, oh, I guess we gotta keep it in the video now.
Yep, hey, it's a real life moment, and that's part of what you come here for.
Yeah.
Sometimes random stuff happens when you're watching a cool video on the internet.
Well, if we weren't filming and we were just watching this on our own, I probably would have paused the video and I would have cleaned this up before everything gets ruined.
Whatever happened.
Because our internet modem box fell over, which knocked over our leveler, which we have for the camera, which then fell onto the desk, which knocked over John's coffee, which spilled on a bunch of papers.
That's right. It's a great chain reaction. We're both force sensitive, and we didn't even know.
It's like, that hasn't fallen over once, and just happens to occur.
Oh, get ready. It's going to happen more times.
Yeah. I love the final line of like, I got lucky with Luke and Leia standing there, because that's so true. Leia gets to go to Alderaan and gets to be the daughter of Bail Organa, like the Senator Bail Organa, so she gets this privileged life. And Luke is, you're on Tatooine with Owen and Beru. You're stuck here from here on out. Like,
it's two sides of a coin right there.
it really is. It really is. There are some great points I didn't even bother to think about here that were brought up, even though I know this video is not about the criticism of the points, which is what they're always sneakily doing, right? That's what they do with their comedy dubs. They're making fun of it. They're throwing in their jokes, the personalities of the voiceover work, which is always a lot of fun. They're doing like the one-note attitude of each of these characters. Like, I'm Kylo Ren. I'm guy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a great example of that I just set for there.
And the Emperor, which I think is my favorite of all of the Hizzy characters. I just love that voice especially.
Look at my fingers. These are like the most evil fingers you've ever seen.
Must have been pretty hard to do the Emperor bits here because there's always these shadow lightning effects, so they have to always really, because I imagine you could slap on the mouth in the editing, but then for the Emperor, you have to keep calculating it and dealing with the shadow effects that are happening. That way the mouth doesn't overlap in the shadow.
See, that's what I adore, is when you have this silly looking mouth that they then have to apply realistic lighting effects to make it blend in with the rest of the scene. And that's a pretty great just earmark of what makes these so amusing to me, is like you said, they do raise good points, but they're hidden in this
Raise, plural ray, more ray, dark ray, clone ray,
clickbait ray.
Clickbait ray.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point right there, because for all intents and purposes, it really is just clickbait.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny too with the whole like, I want to be in a woman whole thing. I'm like, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that either. Or the thing
because
with
Kathleen Kennedy woke Star Wars.
That's
what
ruined
Star Wars.
Nobody knew that the Emperor was secretly trans all along. This is a whole other subtext. But I didn't even think about it with like Finn, and we could have set up a whole character arc for you and the Stormtroopers, but actually just nah, we're not gonna do that.
Fat Man on Batman, or it's just called like Fat Man Beyond now.
That was called Fat Man Beyond.
Kevin Smith, when he was doing one of his live podcasts, he was saying that a friend brought up to him how that would have been a very effective character arc for Finn, and that really bummed him out, having that in his mind. Oh, that would have been the perfect arc for Finn. His story of FN-2187 becomes the person who helped lead the new resistance, a stormtrooper who defected and inspired a whole bunch of other stormtroopers too. But then they don't do anything with it. Let's just kill them all.
I know, it's like The Force Awakens starts off with this whole thing of like, stormtroopers, they're people too.
Yeah.
Actually, they're just these two people, and the rest of them screw.
Yeah.
We'll just kill them anyway. I thought this video was really well edited. I think that was my favorite comedic aspect, especially like with the way the story and the actual movie moves, and the amount of stuff they have to cram in, the amount of things they're like, here's the decision, and now we're editing right to next scene, and we're moving right along.
Oh yeah, especially the random cuts of Rey just running and I gotta get away.
Okay, bye.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they even changed up the narrative a bit. It didn't hit me until where Rey confronts the Emperor when he's like, I'm your grandpappy or something. They cut out the whole thing with Rey learning she is really the granddaughter of Palpatine. That whole scene between Kylo and Rey, they cut that whole thing out.
They chose to be.
And they just put it here, and it didn't hit me till there, so they slightly condensed the storytelling here.
Yeah, and it's almost a more effective twist at that point to ever get there and find out.
And no one's gonna notice the TIE fighter made it here this far. Solid. Yes. Yeah, this is really funny, man. I love that they gave a nickname to Kylo Ren here, Benjamin Chewbacca Solo.
That would have to be his middle name.
Yeah.
You gotta honor
Yeah.
Uncle Chewie.
I love that joke with Maz Kanata of this will remind you of all the friends that are all dead now.
Yep. There's a lot of that in Star Wars in general. And the Knights of Ren just posing ever more badassly to do nothing at all.
I wish Kylo Ren did show up at the end with all the ghosts, like with Luke and Leia, and he was still in his dark clothing, his Sith clothing.
Well, you know, I mean, that's all of his wardrobe is just black stuff. You know, even if he's not in the full garb, you know, he still looks like a Sith monk or something.
Their jabs about nostalgia for box office boost with Lando and Luke, and I love how every time Chewie is like, all his lines in this whole thing.
Party guy now. That thing too about Rey's, you know, power being consequential and having downsides, and like, oh, we have this opportunity to make a big statement. Nah, Chewie's fine.
The reoccurring bit that they used, because in the trailer with they fly now, they fly now. Like they didn't do that joke here, but instead they sprinkled it in a couple of times with like, she uses life force now.
She can force heal now.
Or life healing now.
Yeah, that made
force healing now.
For a really nice rule of threes joke that I didn't see coming, and I thought they got some nice mileage out of. Everyone's favorite trailer joke.
Or like what with Rose saying, I want to come. No, you stay here. Yeah, there's some like really solid jokes in here, man. This is some really funny stuff. One of their best, I think.
Yeah, they took a great line between silliness but astute.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you haven't checked out the video in its original format, make sure to go to the link in the description box where the link is there. You know what I'm trying to say. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Please click that notification bell to get notified whenever we got a YouTube video up. Thanks again to Giant Panda King for sponsoring this video. Make sure to go out to their website today. See you guys soon. More videos to come this week.